The wind howled across the lonely prairie that night, turning dust into ghosts that danced past the crooked wooden fence of the Willow Ridge outskirts. In a tiny, half-finished house at the edge of that quiet town lived a girl named Lena, barely 18, barefoot more often than not, and working every day just to keep herself fed and her mother's memory alive. She didn't have much in this world except a stubborn heart and the belief that kindness cost nothing. Her house had cracks in the walls and a roof that sighed when storms rolled through, but inside it smelled like bread, lavender soap, and hope. On nights like this, Lena sat by her window with her old oil lamp flickering weakly beside her. She stitched torn jackets for neighbors, a few coins for her work if she was lucky. Tonight, it wasn't luck that came knocking. It was fate, wearing dusty boots. She heard the sound first, wagon wheels scraping against gravel, a horse snorting in complaint. Then a harsh cough, deep and tired, followed by a small voice trying to soothe. Lena set her needle down and stood slowly. No one visited her at this hour. For a moment, fear crawled across her mind, but compassion chased it away just as quickly. She grabbed her shawl and opened the creaky door. Under the dim lantern hanging outside, she spotted them. A tall man with shoulders that carried too many burdens and a boy half hiding behind him. Their clothes were travel-worn, and the man's hat dripped from the recent rain. The boy pressed a hand to his chest as though trying to hold warmth inside his little body. "Ma'am," the man began, voice scraping like gravel. "We're passing through. My son's cold, and sick. We just need a dry place for the night. We'll be gone by dawn, I swear it." There was no hesitation in Lena's heart. Not even a whisper of doubt. She saw the boy, pale cheeks, trembling fingers, and stepped aside immediately. "Please," she insisted, "come in." The man blinked in surprise as if kindness from a stranger was rarer than gold. He bowed his head in gratitude and guided his son inside the warm glow of her little home. Lena quickly wrapped the boy in blankets, placing him near the fire she worked hard to keep alive each night. "My name's Lena," she said softly. The boy peeked up with tired eyes. "I'm Colt, like the horse," he added with a ghost of a grin. "And I'm James Caldwell," the man said, removing his hat respectfully. Lena smiled back, unaware that the name, Caldwell, was written on ranch signs stretching across counties, unaware that the dust-covered stranger in front of her controlled lands bigger than the horizon she stared at every morning, unaware she was offering shelter to a millionaire cowboy who hid his wealth like a secret scar. She served them the soup she had planned to stretch over 2 meals. She gave them the warmer quilts, even though it meant she'd shiver through the night. James noticed. Every small gesture, he noticed. As Colt drifted into sleep, the storm outside quieted. And James, still by the fire, studied the girl who had saved them from the cold. She hummed softly, a tune her mother used to sing, patching up a tear in the boy's sleeve as though she'd known him forever. In that flickering moment, James realized something he hadn't felt since his wife's passing years ago. Safety, kindness, home. He wanted to tell her who he really was, that her generosity was being given to a man who could buy the entire town if he wished, but he stayed silent. Tonight, he wasn't a millionaire. He was just a father trying to keep his child alive, grateful beyond words for the angel who opened a door when she didn't have much herself. Lena didn't know yet, but this one small act of goodness was about to rewrite her entire life story. Dawn spilled gold over the fields, and it felt like the whole sky was stretching awake. Lena stood outside, breathing in the cool air while bread baked inside her tiny kitchen. She didn't expect James to come stand beside her, shoulders close enough that she felt the warmth radiating from him like a promise he didn't know how to make. "You saved my son," he said quietly. Not a compliment, a confession. Lena shook her head. "I did what anyone would do." James looked down, boots digging into dirt. "No, not everyone would." Before she could reply, Colt burst out the door laughing, a full bright sound she hadn't heard from him last night. He hugged her legs as if she were the sunshine itself. That hug, it got James right in the heart. He hadn't seen his boy cling to anyone since his